Hello, I just realized I forgot to put my trays back in. I just brushed my teeth. I just totally forgot to put my trays back in. Today, I have some recipes to share with you. We're gonna go crock pot crazy. We've got a couple people coming over later today, and I feel like I'm needing to utilize that, 3-piece crock pot that I got for the summer party, which, speaking of the summer party, I still have to clean up from it. Not only like random bits and bobs around, but also the floors. If I don't clean the floors today, I need to move. Okay, they are disgusting. The stairs are gross. I feel like everywhere really could use a revamp, especially a few areas of my house. I'm just needing to get back to baseline, which what even really is that? Okay, it's summertime, routines are amok. I don't even know what the heck is happening. I had a dentist appointment yesterday that I forgot about because I didn't even look at the calendar. I was like, nothing's going on today. It's summer. Joke's on me. I had a dentist appointment that I missed, and they called me and they were like, don't worry, we've been so booked here. And I was like, oh my gosh, good for not taking up extra space. So I went this morning, and man, did it hurt. One of my attachments fell off, so I had to like reattach it. Anyway, it's all good to go now. Maybe, who the heck knows? But my house, on the other hand, is not good to go. So I'll clean it after I get all of these amazing things into the crock pot. Ooh, I also have a cookie recipe, and my friend shared with me this like coleslaw recipe, but it's not coleslaw at all. It's like apple and arugula, something else, I don't even remember, but I do feel like I have all the ingredients for it, so I'm gonna whip it together. Great summer recipes, including the crock pot. The apple coleslaw isn't a crock pot recipe, neither are the cookies. But the 3-piece crock pot that I bought, oh my gosh, the amount of things I saw on Pinterest, it's like totally inspiring me to add things to my summer bucket list that I've yet to actually write out. It'll come. Summertime setup will eventually happen, maybe next week. I'm compiling summer bucket list ideas in my head and on my phone, going around to the kids, hey, what do you want to do? So I have a pretty hefty list. 2 of the kids have already started making their bucket list, but that's besides the point. What did I forget? Oh, a pasta bar with the crock pot with 3 different sauces, and I was like, forget it. Now I have to add pasta night and make it all fancy. Just making excuses to use the crock pot. Are you guys feeling summertime yet? I feel like I am feeling the pressure. I've yet to feel the relaxation part of summer. It's coming. I feel like eventually it'll come, but I do need to stay hydrated with my favorite hydration mix, Element. Huge thanks to Element for sponsoring today's video. Huge thanks to you for supporting me when I have sponsored content. You always know there's a deal involved for you. I don't know why I did that. But my favorite Element summer flavor is their limited edition lemonade salt. And when I tell you, it is absolutely fantastic. My favorite way to stay hydrated all summer long, with the added benefits of the potassium and magnesium along with the sodium, all those electrolytes. I love it. It's so refreshing. It's so hydrating. You guys know I drink Element almost every single morning. I dilute it in 26 ounces of water, if you're wondering. That seems like the perfect ratio for me to keep all of those symptoms of low sodium away. I'm talking like headaches, brain fog, muscle cramps, low energy, and even cravings. Those are all symptoms of low sodium, which is wild. So it's really important to get those nutrients back into your body, those electrolytes, keep you hydrated, keep you moving, keep that midday slump at bay, which is what Element is really good at for me. And if you're thinking like, oh, electrolytes, that's just for athletes, whatever. Like, I don't even work out during summertime. I have a really hard time fitting it into my schedule. I just chase around kids most of the time. I'm outside a lot, meaning it is 1,000,000 degrees, and that summer sun hits so differently, and it just completely drains my body, especially when we're doing something at a park, theme park, even the water parks. I need to make sure I'm staying hydrated, and Element is the perfect solution to that, to make sure that I'm feeling my best all summer long. It's also really great when you're pregnant or breastfeeding to make sure that you're getting those nutrients into your body. For me, when I was pregnant during summertime, it's always so brutal, and I wish I would have had Element to help me along the way. One of the reasons why it's my favorite hydration mix is that it doesn't have any sugar added, it doesn't have any artificial ingredients, no dyes, nothing like that, only the good stuff. And the great thing is they have so many flavors. So if you're not into lemonade, you might be into watermelon salt, which is my second favorite. It's a little sweeter. Raspberry salt is also a good one. They've got orange salt, grapefruit salt, salt, citrus salt. Ooh, that's like top 3 for me. And they have a few other flavors, original if you're not into having any type of flavor at all, and then chocolate. And I'm sure I'm missing some, but they have a lot of options on their website and on the website drinkelement.com. They have a ton of science-backed research. So if you're wondering like, hey, what's this all about? You can poke around on the website and figure it out and find out, oh my gosh, I think this could be a good fit for me. So if you're interested in trying out Element, you can use my link in the description box below, drinkelement.com/thewads, drinklmnt.com/thewads, and that will get you a free sample pack with any purchase so you can try all the flavors and figure out which one is your favorite. And while I'm sipping on this, I'm gonna grab my recipes and we're gonna start on the crock pot recipes. Are you excited? I stinking am. I've been in a funk the past couple of days and like, I'm just like slowly trying to climb out of it, and I feel like these recipes are gonna do the trick. I still have to clean up from breakfast. I made pancakes this morning and then clearly I had a salsa chip snack. It's fine. I think just summertime in general and being, you know, off of a routine, and I don't know, there is still so much going on, and I think in my head, I thought, oh, it'll be more low key and I'll have like a minute to rest. But then that didn't happen, and now I'm like, oh my gosh, well, I just want like, what's 10 minutes, you know what I mean? Anyway, I feel like tonight's the night, and we're gonna have a really good night, starting with these incredible recipes. I went to the grocery store yesterday and I picked up a few items. One of these recipes my brother brought to a family dinner, I don't know, like 100 years ago at this point. I feel like we lived in the old house, and I tried to recreate it, but this is the magic sauce for it that I did. Oh, I have to put my trays in. Ah, I'll be right back. Okay, what were we doing? So I'm gonna share this recipe with you. I'm also in the multi-layer crock pot. Mangoes were on sale, and they like felt pretty good, so I got a few. I also got a lot of first aid stuff because one of my kids was asking for a first aid item, and I was like, oh, itch cream. I was like, we used to have like 5 itch creams. Where are they? I couldn't find them anywhere. I did end up finding some, but it was so old. I felt like it was ineffective because of how old it was. So anyway, I'm restocking that. Oh my gosh! Unbelievable. Got caught on my hydration station. Thankfully, this didn't break. It's a miracle, ladies and gentlemen. Anyway, I wanted to show you this beauty. She's beauty and she's grace. Isn't this so fun? It's my favorite purchase of the summertime so far. But in here, I'm gonna put meatballs, little smokies, which, oh my gosh, why are they so expensive? And then maybe more meatballs. No, I need more crock pots. Buffalo chicken dip is also on the docket. I fear I have printed out way too many recipes for the day. Also crock pot mac and cheese. Also crock pot, some kind of Parmesan pasta with this stuff. So I don't think I have enough crock pots over here. Let me check. Probably should have figured this out beforehand. Oh, we're good. Crock pot something. Here's the lid. Crock pot something else. And then whatever the third crock pot thing I was talking about. Good to go. I'm gonna divvy out my recipes for each crock pot just to make sure we're good to go. 1, 2, 3, and then buffalo chicken dip in that one. Yes. This will be quick. It'll be like dump, 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 and live my life. It literally took me 10 minutes to find the garlic in my fridge because it needs to be cleaned out. I'll do that tomorrow or the next day. Okay, so for these recipes, which by the way, did I even show you the features of this? It holds the lid, it's amazing. But still ask me why whenever I was scooping out of it, put the lid on right on the table. Whatever. Okay, so let's get this party started right now. I really am showing my millennial age with the songs that I sing. Hey, we watched Smart House as a family movie night last night, and the night before we watched Stepsister from Another Planet. You guys, original Disney TV movies. They should be studied. Why are they so good? Oh, okay, I vastly underrated how large these containers are. I got 2 for each one. These were buy one, get one free at Publix, by the way. Screaming deal. How are we gonna, how are we gonna do this? Sorry I'm sparking at my darkest night, but my baby's built like a daydream. Well, I guess I'll just figure it out, right? I'm gonna just shove the toppings right on top, and then once it like starts to warm up, and it'll just melt down below. I think it'll be fine. So the first thing I'm throwing on is some ketchup. 3/4 of a cup of this. Kind of grossing me out, not even gonna lie. I'd rather have barbecue sauce. there it is. By the way, these are sweet Hawaiian teriyaki meatballs. So the next ingredient is some teriyaki sauce. I just have this and a half a cup of this. Oh boy, we're going overboard. We are losing liquid. It's fine. It's all good. A little bit more. Won't hurt anybody. Next up, I couldn't find anywhere in my local grocery store is pineapple preserve. Well, in lieu of that, my store had, it's like a smaller grocery store, so maybe that's the problem. I just have crushed pineapple. I almost used pineapple juice, but I figured, you know what, this might be a little better. So half a cup of this stuff. Not as sweet as pineapple preserve. So maybe I'll add some brown sugar if it doesn't call for it. Oh, it does, don't worry. It's gonna be plenty sweet. There we go. I'm gonna throw in 2 teaspoons of minced garlic and then a 1/4 cup of brown sugar. Just plop that right on top. All right, it's looking good. Give this a mix. Yeah, and then pop a top on that. All right, I will be proper and like mix it all in a bowl. All right, looks good. Plop that back in. Perfect. Looking great if you ask me. So I recently went to a birthday party and she had these little Smokies in a crock pot just like this, which really inspired me. I was like, you know what? She's got one of these. I'm gonna get one of these. She's one of my best friends. She's absolutely amazing. And I texted her and I said, hey, what recipe did you use for the little Smokies? They were so good. I haven't stopped thinking about them ever since the birthday party. She's like, you know what? Honey. Literally, that was it. And I was like, man, those were amazing. I can't even believe it was just honey in there. I am going to switch it up. I'm telling you, just in case you're wondering, if you want to keep it simple, but also delicious, honey is the way to go. You can't beat honey. However, you also can't beat the classic combination of barbecue sauce and grape jelly. This on meatballs, this on Smokies, literally this on a sandwich, I'm sure would taste pretty good. Debatable. I'm actually gonna do it in the bowl over here just to give it a thorough mix. And every time I share this recipe or like share it out and people are eating it, they are always asking me what the heck is in it. And I'm like, I thought everyone knew about this. It's one of those recipes that you think everyone has Pinterest, knows about, but apparently not everyone does. So I am here to tell you the tale. This is a super crowd pleaser. I really like the Baby's Ray brand of barbecue sauce. It's like the best, superior, but they also sell a no sugar added variety. And I'm like, yeah, give it to me because there's plenty of sugar in the grape jelly. And this is a smaller portion, if you will. So I'm just gonna do like half a jar of grape jelly. That was way more. That's okay. Ratios don't matter. It's gonna taste delicious nonetheless. Kind of weird, like a weird combo, but just trust the process, okay? Or at least I am. I don't wanna mess up these little Smokies. Give those a mix. And I'm just gonna plop these in. For the third dish over here, I'm gonna do some more meatballs. And by the way, these are 28-ounce packages. And these, I think, are 1.5 quart, or maybe 2. I feel like I tried to find the biggest one, but I don't know, it was a challenge. So this is my sister-in-law's recipe and I love it so much. It has like a little bit of sweetness, but also a little bit of heat, and it is also a crowd pleaser, and she brings it, she's brought it a few times to family gatherings and I really enjoy it and people always ask about it. So it starts out with a 1/4 cup of Sriracha sauce, give or take. And as with any recipe, this is really versatile. I've made this before. When I didn't have Sriracha, I used like sweet chili, some kind of chili sauce, and that seemed to work just as well. I have some honey in this jar, about 3/4 of a cup. I'm gonna throw this in. 2/3 cup of brown sugar, because that honey just simply wasn't enough. I'm gonna sprinkle in a little bit of paprika, about a teaspoon or so for that smokiness. And then some more barbecue sauce, about half a cup of this. You can also add in, I mean, as with any recipe, whatever you like. You can add in onion powder, garlic powder, some more Sriracha, red pepper flakes if that's your thing. Lots of sweetness in here to balance out that spicy Sriracha sauce. I'm just gonna dump this in the 3rd canister. Be sure to get all those juices. And this right here is looking like a party. Another thing I love about this little machine here is that it has 3 separate levers. so you can cook them at different speeds. You know what I mean? I'm gonna put them all on low because I have plenty of time before people come. For the next recipe I'm going to throw together, it is crock pot garlic Parmesan chicken pasta. It's really good, really simple, perfect for summer days because it's in the crock pot. I love cooking things in the crock pot, really every season of the year. There's just something extra special about summertime. It's like you can throw it in the lull of the day and then go out and hang out and play and be with your kids and then come home and know that you have dinner waiting on you. And at the end of this recipe, you do have to throw in some cooked noodles, but that can take like 20 minutes. So I feel like that's not a big deal. I'll be cooking the noodles at the same time I'm cooking the broccoli because you have to have a vegetable with dinner, and broccoli is always just our quick, easy go-to. I'm throwing in really frozen chicken. I have prepared for this exactly 0%.
Yes, I wash my hands 1,000 times.
I mean, I say that, but I did buy the special ingredient from the store, this Parmesan garlic. I think it's Buffalo Wild Wings Parmesan garlic sauce. It was not in the dressing area. And I have made this recipe or something similar to it before. And in lieu of this, I used Olive Garden Italian dressing. Did I? I'm pretty sure. Or was that a completely different recipe? It had to have been similar. It was so salty. Like, I'm a salty kind of gal. Okay, but that was so salty and I was like, oh no, I need to cut this with something. Needless to say, I never made that again, but this one, from what I remember, a little more mild, a little more delicious, a little more dream-worthy. Okay, so on top of the chicken, I'm gonna season it with some salt and pepper. I don't think it needs that much salt. I'll probably leave that part out. The pepper, yeah. And then I'm gonna take this entire bottle. I'm gonna dump the entire bottle over the chicken. Make sure to get it all out of here. That looks good, doesn't it? Don't worry if you don't get it all out, because the next thing I'm gonna do is grab 1 cup of milk over here. I'm just gonna pour it straight into the bottle and then cover it up. Shake it to release all the rest of the sauce in here. Make sure we get it all out of the bottle and just dump it right over top. Fantastic. But we're not done. It also calls for 8 ounces of cream cheese cut into cubes. My gosh, the packaging of cream cheese drives me absolutely up the wall. Can we improve on this, or is this the best we can do? All right, I'm just gonna cube it up and throw it in. Ooh, nice. This is gonna make a nice creamy sauce and really cut that like saltiness a little bit. Sometimes you just have to use your hands, you know? Once that's all cubed, I'm going to add in about 1/4 cup of grated Parmesan or shredded Parmesan. I'm gonna add some more on top once it's all finished. But that is it. I'm going to cook mine low and slow. I feel like it's really easy to overcook chicken, especially in the crock pot, which is why I always love to use chicken thighs. Very hard to overcook them. They will be juicy regardless, but cooking it on low, I feel like really helps. And it still cooks pretty fast. Like within a few hours, I feel like on low it'll be done. Oh man, I don't think this crock pot is gonna be big enough. I'm gonna make it work. 1 pound of pasta. It'll be fine. I'll make it work. It'll be just fine. I'm making crock pot mac and cheese. I don't even think I'm following this recipe. No, I wrote down a different recipe. I have the best crock pot mac and cheese. I made it a few years ago for Thanksgiving and people were raving about it. I don't know if they were being polite because like I had a newborn. I had no business cooking a million meals, hosting Thanksgiving while literally holding a 1-month-old baby. Now I don't think that should have happened, but it did.
Honestly, it's happened twice, and don't even talk to me about Christmas because similar things have happened then too. I mean, is it my fault for having a lot of holiday babies? Sure. Poor family planning, okay?
I'm not gonna host Thanksgiving and like not make 700 meals, you know what I mean? And they were all delicious, including this crock pot mac and cheese. And I don't think I've made it since then. So I'll be excited to find out what people say about it now. You know, it's been a few years. I don't think anyone who's coming tonight was at Thanksgiving 3 years ago. What do I need? It'll be a good test to figure out whether or not this is actually good. And you know what the best test of that is? Meredith, because she is so hard to please when it comes to mac and cheese. And I'm like, what are you, they all taste the same. Just like, no, absolutely not. They do not taste the same. Not to her. Cracker Barrel, no, it has like black bits in it. I'm like, oh, it's just, you know, extra flavor. No. It's like burned bits, like sitting there trying to like scoop them out for her. Like I paid $8 for this bowl of mac and cheese that she doesn't even want to eat. And I'm like, okay, would you like something else? Yeah, the cereal. I'm sorry, the box of cereal that's this big that also costs $8, like pass on that. How about something else? Anyway, for this mac and cheese, it calls for 3 different cheeses. Velveeta is one of those cheeses. You guys know that's a holiday staple for us. I'm being possessed, but Velveeta cheese for me means fudge. But I feel like we recently made an oven mac and cheese with Velveeta cheese. Anyway, 16 ounces of each, Velveeta, Colby Jack, and sharp cheddar cheese. But instead of Colby Jack, because I can never find it, I just did Monterey Jack, and I feel like that's good enough. So all I'm doing is throwing the cheese into the crock pot. Once I cube it up, I'm gonna have to go back and watch my video too, because I feel like I cooked more pasta than it called for. Woo! And for me, with most mac and cheese recipes, you can always add a little bit more pasta. Like sometimes it's so cheesy, it's just a little bit too much, you know? And from what I remember, I think this blog post, I'm doing this from memory. I could be totally screwing this up, but the blog post says something like 5 ingredients, and then you scroll down and it's like, it's actually 6, but then if you include salt and pepper, then it's 8. Guess that's optional, so you don't have to do that. I don't know. Can't really trust anyone these days, can you? I feel like this is incorrect. Monterey Jack? No, I should have done Colby Jack. I couldn't find anything. You guys, my grocery store needs more cheese options. Give it a nice dice. Minimal effort over here with this mac and cheese. Hopefully, maximum results. Wait, am I supposed to have the pasta already cooked? Clearly, I need to reference something. I'm pretty sure I'm supposed to have the pasta already cooked. Pasta, cheese, evaporated milk. I'm gonna cook some pasta right quick, but it actually doesn't matter. Like, it's hard. You're not gonna mess it up. The recipe calls for normal milk. I mean, different recipes call for different things, right? So at the end of the day, it's like preference. I have evaporated milk, 1 whole can of it. I'm gonna throw that in. If you want to add seasonings, if your kids don't care as much as mine do, you can add like salt, pepper, garlic powder. I'm gonna keep it plain and simple, just like this. And then once I throw the pasta in, I will cook it for 1 hour. That is it. It doesn't need any more time than that. Just enough time for all of the cheese to melt. So unless you're doubling the recipe, then you can cook it more. But like if you cook it more with the noodles in and cook the noodles till al dente, meaning to the tooth where it has a bit of a bite to it, that way the noodles don't like completely overcook and fall apart while the cheese is also cooking with the noodles. You know what I mean? All right, I'm gonna do that. Give me a minute or two. What you want, yeah, call it what you want to. The next recipe, super simple, always a crowd pleaser, perfect for summertime, is, what's it called? Buffalo chicken dip. And I'm probably gonna mix it. Ooh, this is a small crock pot. I'll make it work, I'll figure it out. See, I need more crock pots. You could do like 3 dips in there in one of those crock pots. I was thinking like spinach artichoke dip and buffalo chicken dip and ooh, the queso dip with the sausage and rotel or salsa and then cream cheese. Oh my gosh. I should do like just a dip recipe video. I love dips. 90s were a special time, I tell you. So to start my buffalo chicken dip off right, I'm using canned chicken. Literally 30 seconds of dancing and I'm out of breath. That's not a good sign, okay? I know the canned chicken might be controversial, but I find that when you're using it in buffalo chicken dip, I prefer it over a rotisserie chicken because it's easier to scoop up. It's not like falling off of my celery stick or my chip or whatever, you know? Crap! I need to soften the cream cheese and now I have to dirty a dish because it calls for 1 block, 8 ounces of softened cream cheese. I'm gonna throw it in the microwave on a plate for like 30 seconds. You know what the best part of this is so far? There's like hardly any cleanup. I mean, I've used this bowl a few times, a few utensils from like mixing it and dumping in the crock pot, but other than that, is that too long? It's popping. I wasn't paying attention. It's fine. It's hot. H-O-T-T-O-G-O. Just trying to like smush it down so there's not a bunch of lumps. Oh, you know what? It's gonna cook in the crock pot. Ugh. Just cube it up. That's, you know what? Just cube it up. Pop it in with the chicken. I never made it in the crock pot before. I always just throw it into like a little 8x8 casserole dish. Pop it in the oven, like 411 for about 20 minutes until it's nice and bubbly. Oh, why did I waste my time doing that? Okay, so with this, I'm going to add Frank's Red Hot Sauce. Oh, is this still good? Best Buy. Oh, yeah. It's still good. We got some good time there. I don't know, half a cup. It's no big deal. I'm not gonna tell anyone. And then a little bit of ranch dressing. About half a cup of that. And then some shredded cheese, like a big handful, okay? Mix this in, maybe 2 handfuls. I'll reassess the situation once I give it a mix. And you could just throw this all into the crock pot and let it cook and then mix it once everything's all nice and melty. And that is the joy of a crock pot, right? Okay, this looks good, but you know what would make it look even better? More cheese. Give it another handful. And then hope that it all fits in here. Had to have high hopes for a living. Yeah, I feel like it will. This is actual perfection. Whenever I have buffalo chicken dip out, people are always like, this is so good, what the heck? And I'm like, it's literally so simple, you wouldn't even believe it. No skill involved at all, okay? I don't even measure. Pop a cap on that, and I'm gonna cook mine on low until it's nice and heated through. Perfect. I was gonna show you all the crock pots, but my recipe book in the back had this page flipped to it. I don't even know why. So I took it out. I was gonna flip to some more pages, and then of course some ultrasound photos fell out of there. So that's fine, pretty on par. Summer fun board, flipped right to it. By the way, I get questions about this. I never link anything. I'm so bad about it. Beautiful Boards is the name of the book, and I actually love it. Not only is it a good, like, just seasonal piece, but it gives me some good charcuterie board inspiration for every holiday. And it's not just holiday, it's like, oh, are you doing brunch? Are you doing like a dessert? Are you doing snacks? Sandwiches, all kinds of stuff in here, and I just really like it, okay? I've had it for many years and it was a gift. But check this out. Have you ever seen such a beautiful sight? All these crock pots making me happy. Okay, I'm gonna tidy up my kitchen a little bit. I need to deal with these things left over from the summer party. Like, I honestly don't even know where I'm gonna put the buckets and stuff. I'll find a spot in the garage for them. It's filling up. I feel like we have so much wasted space happening in our garage. We have this really nice, I don't even know what it's called, like cabinet things that Alex puts his tools in, and the air filters and things. We have an area for like pool toys that we had from our old house, and like we don't use these. We could probably get rid of them. And then like bug spray and stuff, extension cords or whatever, but I feel like it's just kind of like hodgepodge everywhere. I feel like that could use some organizing, and it would give me so much more space to put things like this that I would use. But then I'm like, oh, which by the way, I don't think I told you, halfway through this month, fingers crossed, I don't know, hopefully by the end of the month, we will have the closet built in. So like actual shelves in the closet where I could use to store things. So in my mind, we've got, since we did the addition, we've got a bunch of linen closets, a bunch of closets in general that we can't utilize because they are without shelves. We wanted our contractors to, we were like, bye, we'll deal with the rest. See you never. In my head, I feel like one of those closets will be a party closet, like party supplies. We host a lot, so a lot of those things are like here, there, and everywhere. And I'm just, whenever I need it, I'm running around the house. Oh, where did I put that thing? Or, oh, this is over here. It would be nice to have them all in one space. So anyway, like buckets like this, I feel like is a really great thing. Also these, I feel like we've been using often, and I bought them forever ago. So I'm going to try to clear the space, get it a little bit tidy, and then we'll move on to tidying different areas around the house too. I'm excited. I'm gonna get this house in order before the kids come back. Alex took them somewhere special out of the house for a little bit, so I have to do this pretty quickly before they get home and then, you know, start needing me.
Oh my gosh, so much fun. This is my second time recording this. I had this entire video edited, ready to go, and then my Final Cut program, my editing program, completely crashed. It was completely crashing out. I had 3 videos on here ready to go, And wow, I was like, finally, it's summertime. I have like a couple extra hours every day and I'm going to get so far ahead, or at least a little bit ahead, or at least on track where I'm not like staying, you know what I mean? Turns out it's impossible. It is I don't know. Is the moon in retrograde? What's happening? Venus, Mars, Jupiter, Neptune, Mercury, Pluto. I don't know what's happening with the planets and when they will align again. But today was not that day. So anyway, how are you? How are you doing? Are the planets affecting? I don't even know if Mercury is in retrograde or whatever everyone is talking about or says, or I actually don't hear anyone talking about it, but I assume something in our solar system is happening, which like, does our solar system exist? Does space exist? Do we exist? It's a topic for another day, I suppose. Anyway, well, so I told you earlier in this video, I'm trying to get back to baseline, trying to figure it all out. And as I'm working my way toward that goal and like trying to, all right, you know, I'm getting this thing done and that thing done. And I feeling pretty productive and decently good. And then something happens where I lose 3 entire full videos. And I'm like, all right, cool. Anyway, so I saw this thing on Instagram. It was a reel, and let me just first tell you how it begins. She starts by saying, hold on, let me pull it up. If you want to stop feeling behind, you have to start getting out of bed before your kids. And I feel like this is not an unusual sentiment. A lot of people on the interwebs are like, 5 a.m. morning routine, get up before your children, ... And I'm like, oh yeah. I'm telling you, I even talked about it in a previous video. If it's not this one, I can't remember. It might be the last one, the one before that. Try as I may. It's summertime, so I'm like, okay, I'm going to, get up. I'm going to get some stuff situated with 2 hands, you know what I mean? Without being interrupted every few minutes. I don't know how I have so many questions. What time do you go to bed? Because this woman was up at... who knows? Because people can just lie with the timestamps, you know what I mean? But 4:30. What time is she going to bed? When does she have time with her husband if her husband isn't up also at 4:30 in the morning with her? Like, also, what time do your kids wake up? And then what time did they go to bed? So I'm waking up at 4:30. I don't know. And then it's like you're clanking around in the kitchen, making breakfast and dinner at the same time. If you're throwing something in the crock pot at 4:30, when are you eating dinner? Like 2 p.m.? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I have so many questions. And then she's getting ready. And I don't know. It looks like the sun is barely awake. Hold on. She did include a timestamp. Oh, out the door at 7:30. She did all of that. 5, 6, 7. Okay, well, 3 hours. Yeah, I guess that's a long time, depending on what time her kids woke up. I don't know. Maybe I'm dissecting too much into this. Maybe I'm making excuses for myself. It's not that I haven't tried to get up earlier. I've expressed this before. As soon as I open my eyes, you better believe 2 of my children at least are opening theirs along with them. And the 3rd child, like my 3 youngest, they're up. Like and it's not even if they go to bed early. Like they just, I don't know. Is that genetic? The not needing a million hours of sleep? Maybe her kids are just really good sleepers. We sleep with like the sound machines and everything. So even if I get up early, I'm telling you, if I get to go to the bathroom by myself, that's a win. That's a victory. And that takes about 30 whole seconds. Okay. And then I hear the cries. I guess it also depends on how old her kids are too. Or I'm not just talking about this specific woman. I'm just in general, I see this sentiment a lot. It's like, wake up before your kids. And I feel like I need to ask them, I need to interview them. Maybe. How do you do it? Teach me your ways. What am I doing wrong? Share with me an extremely extensive checklist of all the things that I need to be doing to ensure that I would be capable of doing something like what you are doing. You know, and then when you're waking up that early, if you're not getting adequate sleep, like, aren't you tired? How are you doing this every single day? I don't know. That seems a little too much. Well, I mean, like on a school day, I'll wake up at 5:30. So I guess it just depends on what your schedule is like, what time you go to bed. There are so many variables, but in general, sharing like, hey, I guess the blanket statement of, to get your life together, you need to wake up at 4:30. It's like there's no magic recipe. I think it is all dependent on your situation and your circumstances, also your children, and so on and so forth. So anyway, I see things like that and it kind of bums me out. I'm like, oh, if only. And then I'll try to do it and then it doesn't work out. And then I get even more down on myself. I'm like, oh, all these other people can do it. Why can't I do it? And it's not that I specifically can't do it, because physically I can wake up. But then it's like my children are needing me to go back to bed or wanting me to hold them, or they're waking up themselves at the same time. And then it just counteracts what I'm trying to do here. You know, I just need some peace at 4:30 in the morning, in the middle of the night. Anyway, I'm cleaning up and I'm so happy to report that I finally got my new vacuum like a week ago now at this point, the Bissell. So I vacuumed and I'm mopping my floors, and oh my gosh, this Bissell vacuum, I've had it for, not very long still, but I really enjoy it. It is a workhorse, and the consensus on the last video that I posted about vacuums and stuff in general was that a corded vacuum has a much more powerful suction than a cordless. I'm just saying, that's been my experience, and that's why I didn't purchase the Tinco. It was cordless. It's at Costco. If you're looking for a cordless option, it's at Costco for a very great price. Wait for a sale. I'm sure it's bound to happen. Costco's really good about putting vacuums and stuff on sale. As Mother's Day passed, what's the next holiday for mothers coming up here? Anyway, Black Friday, I guess, is probably the next big sale time. So for the mop, I usually put in my mop bucket a scoop of Tide, like a little teaspoon of Tide powder, and also a little splash of bleach just to clean my floors. I've got travertine floors. I don't know if that is allowed, but that's what I use. I ran out of it, so I ended up buying these cedar pods, I don't know, like a year ago, and I used it. I'm like, oh, it's okay. I don't know. I think it works fine. I think for the price, it's not great. I haven't repurchased them, and I don't grab them over the Tide and bleach, so if that tells you anything. It didn't have like a strong lingering scent if you've been eyeing them. I don't know. It's like whatever. Anyway, I am glad that I got all of the mopping done, and I didn't even do all the mopping. I just did the main living areas. Hopefully, it's my goal. Next week, maybe, I will deep clean the bedrooms. It's just an ongoing list. When you see the mud that I pour out of this bucket, that's actually probably the worst I've ever seen it. I mean, after the party, people were in and out running, barefoot outside. They were in their bathing suits, so they're not going to have like shoes on. Well, some of them did when they were playing Manhunt, but anyway, it got real nasty. I'm happy I got those cleaned. It feels so much better in here. I think it's like the scent. I forgot what scent I put in, but oh my gosh, it is perfection. It's raining outside. It's giving me all like the vibes. So I'm gonna make some chocolate chip cookies. This isn't my famous recipe. These are fancy. Mini Jacques Torres cookies. I pronounced it exactly how it's supposed to be pronounced. I don't know what you're talking about. The recipe for the famous Jacques Torres chocolate chip cookies, now in a mini, tinier, cuter size. These mini Jacques Torres cookies boast the popular crispy, chewy texture and chocolate dripped bottom you'll find at the New York City bakery. Well, I've been to New York City a few times in my life. Never have I ever had a Jacques Torres cookie. Well, today's the day, okay? How do I already have flour all over? This recipe caught my eye, and it does call for cake flour. Normally, I would just do whatever the heck I have, but there is something special about cake flour. These cookies better be supreme like they claim, because, It also calls for bread flour, but I realized that I need to restuff. Wait, is this bread flour? No, this is all-purpose flour. There's a picture of bread on the back, and it literally says bread. It's a little confusing. This is just
plain old Costco flour. I'm going to soften 10 tablespoons of butter in the microwave. Okay, sweet. Oh my gosh, I forgot. I was gonna make a summer dessert with you. See, this is what happens when I don't write things out. Well, I wrote it down, but I wrote it on a piece of paper just randomly floating around my office. I was gonna make those mini s'mores bars because I have so many graham crackers left over from the summer party. Ah, well, I guess we're making these today. That's okay. I need a paddle attachment, and I'm gonna throw some sugar with the butter, cream it up. I just need to find a measuring cup. Look, if Jacques Torres came into my kitchen right about now, he'd be embarrassed by the state of my measuring cups. Nothing, Matt, I can't find anything. Okay, I found it. So to the butter, 1/2 cup of white sugar and 2/3 cup of brown sugar. Looks really good. I'm just going to cream this together. Okay, this looks nice and creamy and dreamy. I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla bean paste and 1 egg. Incorporate that. So to this nicely creamed mixture, I'm going to add 1 cup of cake flour, nicely sifted, you know. Perfect. Save that for another rainy day. And then 3/4 of a cup of bread flour. And I feel like this is gonna make all the difference in the texture of these cookies. So we'll see if it's worth it. 1/2 teaspoon of baking soda. When I tell you I looked everywhere for this, oh my gosh, what a pain. I already had it out on the counter. I looked in my, I even went to the laundry room to just get some baking soda from the laundry, and there was none in the bag. I was like, are you joking? Okay, so heaping teaspoon, 1/2 teaspoon of each baking powder, baking soda. Oh, and same thing with the salt. Now we can mix that all together just until it's combined. It's gonna be one dry dough. It says to chop 1.5 cups of chocolate chips, but I'm just gonna use mini chocolate chips and call it a day. So we've got about, you know, just like 1.5 cups or so. That seems like a lot. It's a lot less than 1.5 cups. Okay, looks good.
Can I tell you something about these Jacques Torres cookies? Jacques. Yeah, that's probably better. Anyway, these were absolutely delicious. If you do not have the vanilla pudding that I put in my cookie recipe mix, this is such a fantastic option. Something to do with the combo of bread flour and cake flour. These were magnifique. I really enjoyed them, especially with the chocolate on the bottom. Oh my gosh, something so magical about them. This whole trick didn't really work with these cookies. It didn't. I wasted my time doing this. It's completely unnecessary. But the cookies themselves, I cooked them, I don't know, 350 for, I'll link the recipe below where I got them from. But I cooked them for about 8 to 10 minutes, let them rest on the tray for about 5 minutes. I did this whole trick as soon as they came out of the oven, and then you let them rest on the tray and finish cooking and all of that good stuff, because you don't want to overcook a cookie like this. It's nice and soft on the inside. It's not like a crispy, crunchy cookie, so if you're into that, you probably won't like these. But this is my perfect style of cookie. I did a second tray, left them on the counter, and then we had a bunch of kids come over the house, and I actually had to leave to, I don't know, drive someone somewhere, pick someone up. I don't remember the details specifically, but I left and then I came back and the tray was eaten, like 13 cookies were gone. I was like, really guys, they're not even finished. Anyway, to finish them up, I melted some chocolate, threw it in a piping bag, and I piped a couple teaspoons, let's call it a tablespoon, and then smushed the cookie down on it. And this is like the magic of this Jacques Torres cookie. I should Google the pronunciation. Jacques. It's got to be something like that. I don't know why the influx of my voice, the pitch is so much higher when I say Jacques. It's just the French in me coming out. Anyway, I took French for like 3 years in high school. It really helped me when I went to Cordon Bleu. But anyway, you throw these cookies into the fridge, let the chocolate completely set, and then it just comes right off the wax paper. It's absolutely magical, magnificent. I will make this recipe again because it really was. I can see why they're so famous in New York City and why people rave about them. It's so good. Why don't we have these in my hometown? I'm just saying. Okay, so to finish off this crock pot recipe, this would be a great dinner for tonight. Minimal ingredients. If you're running to the store and you get that, like the Buffalo Wild Wings Parmesan dressing, whatever it is, it's not dressing, it's sauce. So easy to make. What's like 5 ingredients or something? The chicken was nice and tender. I just shredded it up a little bit. if you have those bear claws, you could probably do it in the crock pot, but I kept missing them and it kept sliding around in all the sauce. So I just shredded up and then I cooked up just a pound of penne pasta. You can use any pasta that you want in this recipe too. It doesn't have to be specific type of pasta. And then I just cooked it, threw it all back into the crock pot, the pasta, the chicken, melded it with the sauce. You guys, this was absolutely delicious. One of my favorite crock pot dinners that I've made in a really long time, mostly because most of the dinners that I make, it's like a protein and then I have to make a side and a carb and a vegetable on the side. This is like, I mean, I had a vegetable on hand, but you could throw it in here, but that, do whatever the heck you want. You might not want sauce on your broccoli, which is what we did, but the sauce was delicious. So it did pair very well with broccoli. I would say this is like 9 out of 10 meal. I don't want to say 10 out of 10, but it was very good. I was looking forward to the leftovers, and we had several people over and they enjoyed it just as well. These were the cookies. You can see how easy it is to lift them off of the wax paper. So if they're having trouble coming up, they're not done setting. The chocolate needs a little bit more time in the fridge, and you don't have to keep these in the fridge. Like you can keep them at room temperature and they'll be just fine. They're actually better to eat at room temperature. The chocolate is, easier to bite into. But man, that was it. Thank you guys so much for watching. As with the rest of the Crock-Pot meals, I don't think I gave you reviews on them. Meatballs were great, both of them. I would not do the grape jelly with the barbecue sauce with the weenies next time. I feel like that's more for a meatball. Do the honey if you're looking forward to it, or Pinterest another I don't know I forgot what they're called. The weenies, the little sausage, the little mini sausages. I don't know what they're called. Anyway, look up another recipe. Leave the grape and barbecue for a meatball. It's just my suggestion. All of the other recipes were 100 out of 10. Don't forget to check out drinkelement.com/thewads. Get your free sample pack. I'll see you next time. Bye.